Rumors are going around about the death of a Tigray military commander. How did he die? Did he die in mysterious circumstances? Was he poisoned to death? Why is that now? Everything is becoming controversial in Tigray. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Two stories in this video. Firstly, a controversy surrounds the death of a Tigray military commander, a senior military commander. How did he die? Second news story is about a blockade being put in place on Tigray, movement of vehicles, goods transport, vehicles being disrupted. I have done two videos on that. Some viewers disagreed with my report, saying it's not worthy of news. It has been in place for some time, but now a Tigray regional bureau has written a letter to the federal government confirming my report. Let's start with this news story about the blockade on Tigray, then the death of a Tigray military commander. I told you in two videos in the last 3 days that firstly, in Afar region, goods transport vehicles bound for Tigray are being stopped. In Adato, in other Afar towns where checkpoints have been put in place, vehicles bound for Tigray are stopped. Vehicles are carrying vegetables, food items, etc. Drivers have all the valid documents about the vehicle, about their driving license, about the goods on board. But then drivers are told to unload everything, which is sometimes not possible. And it takes so much time that long queues of vehicles can be seen at checkpoints. The process of clearing of vehicles is very slow. And goods could perish. I mean, vegetables, fruits could perish, other perishable items too. Uh, a Tigray regional bureau has written a letter to the federal government. Regional Bureau of Trade has written a letter to the federal government demanding clarification about restrictions being imposed on the movement of goods vehicles. The restrictions have been strengthened since Tuesday, the day I did a video. So those who were saying, Sajid, the restrictions have been in place for 3 months, your news is late. My report confirmed these new restrictions are very stringent restrictions. Movement of goods transport vehicles to Tigray was not fully blocked in recent months. It was blocked after reports came out of cross-border trade between Eritrea and Tigray. I think it's linked to Eritrea-Tigray border opening. Unofficial trade is ongoing there. People call it smuggling, but unofficial trade links are being confirmed between Tigray and Eritrea. That is why federal government is trying to punish Tigray. People of Tigray, TPLF, Tigray, they're being punished. Now Tigray government is backing down, saying that there is no trade with Eritrea. There could be smugglers operating there. This ban, partial ban, which has been put in place on the movement of vehicles to Tigray, is not only being implemented in Afar but also in the Amhara region. From Voldia, we received a report yesterday that those vehicles which had crossed Voldia, they were on their way towards southern Tigray, they were stopped too by Ethiopian customs authorities, by Ethiopian security forces, and the vehicles were not allowed to enter Tigray. So these are two routes which Tigray can use to receive anything from other Ethiopian regions through Afar, through Amhara. Both routes are being blocked by the Ethiopian security forces, Ethiopian federal government departments. It's linked to political tension between TPLF and federal government. Tigray Regional Bureau of Trade is demanding clarification from federal government. Let's see what federal government says. Federal government would say that no, we have not imposed any restrictions. Only checkings are being carried out. I think political issues will have to be solved, and Tigray relations need to be established publicly. Otherwise, people of Tigray will suffer. Federal government will punish Tigray leadership, and in this process, people of Tigray will be the victims of this confrontation with TPLF and the federal government of Ethiopia. Secondly, viewers, the death of a Tigray military commanders is becoming controversial. Who is this man? How was he killed? Uh, Anti-TPLF elements, pro-Getachew supporters, anti-military elements have launched a campaign. Obviously, they're backed by Prosperity Party. PP-backed activists are also part of this campaign. They are trying to build a case against TPLF and Tigray military commanders. They're saying that a senior Tigray military commander was poisoned to death. His name is Colonel Kahse Birhe, nicknamed Vedi Edidairo. He was a commander who fought on Western Front. He was part of Army 13 of Tigray. General McBehale and Fisseha Kidano are being implicated in the death of Colonel Kahse Birhe. These anti-TPLF, anti-military activists are accusing General McBay and General Fisseha that these people are involved in gold smuggling, and Colonel Kase was an obstacle to the plans of these two generals. That is why he was removed. He was poisoned to death. I'm not saying that the rumors are true. Everything in Tigray is becoming controversial. It is very difficult now in Tigray to create consensus on issues, on developments. That is why whenever a small incident happens, people try to make it controversial. So when there is so much controversy, what is required is transparency. And transparency can only be ensured by the people in power in Tigray, TPLF, Tigray military. They'll have to ensure transparency in the way the region is being run. If they don't ensure transparency, you'll see that more of such rumors will spread, and overall the unity of Tigrayans will be in danger, which is already in danger because splits are now widening. Gulf is widening. I showed you a video of Vedi and Tiro last night in a far region when your senior generals are supporting opposition fighters who are being trained in a neighboring region backed by the federal government. That just shows that divisions are gradually widening. Divisions are political between Getachew group and the Bratstone group. Military made a blunder. It became part of the divisions. Now the divisions are becoming military too. That some commanders supporting disgruntled opposition fighters, others supporting TPL. So everything is becoming controversial. The death of Kaset Birhe should be investigated in a transparent manner. Police should issue a statement. The zonal government should issue a statement. What happened? What led to the death of Colonel Kase Birhe? Thank you for watching.